you'll come to the instant conclusion that they're not good franchises because you don't have brand awareness like you have brand awareness of the largest franchise ever, McDonald's. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Ray and Terry with Franchise Feedback. I'd like to introduce my friend Ray Fanning. Say hi, Ray.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ray Fanning from Hire Your Best Boss.
And tell people what we do, Ray. We're called franchise consultants. That's what the title on my business card says.
That's something I hear every day, and I'd love to tell people what we actually do. What we actually do is we help people who are looking to examine their options. Really, that's what it is. They're looking to examine what their hiring ownership options are, whether they work for someone else, whether they work for themselves. Many people have described us very similar to an executive recruiter. The only difference is we don't help you find a job. We really help you find your options, and it could be a job.
Yeah, so if you want to make money, if you want a money-making system, you want to make money instead of earning money through a job, then that's what we do. We help you. We're guides. And we've both been doing it quite a while now, as the gray hair shows here on the screen. And so we get together usually once a week, and we dip into the mailbag and we come up with a question, and then we film these little video vignettes to help you understand FAQs from the world of franchising. So what's in the mailbag this week, Ray?
Mailbag this week. Terry, it's a question that I think that we both get quite often.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, hey Ray, hey Terry, can you just send me a list of companies, of franchises?
Just send me the list.
Just send me the list. Let's make it down and dirty and easy.
I get that question a lot. And so I tell people, I don't think I would be helping you if I did that. And here's the reason. When I start talking with someone, I ask them, as a matter of conversation, how many franchises are top of mind with you? Name your favorite franchises for me. And you get exactly what you would expect. McDonald's is usually in the first position. Subway is usually second. Third is usually another fast food burger type franchise. Burger King comes up a lot. And then a couple franchises where people are doing business locally and they're having a good customer experience. So they rattle off a franchise where they're doing business. And I've never had anybody get past 6, right? And so do our listeners know how many franchises are out there in the U.S. marketplace right now? About 4,000. That's what the current, I see you shaking your head. Yeah, that's what the current metrics say. There are about 4,000 franchises. So if there are 4,000 and you can name 6 off the top of your head, sending my list isn't going to do you any good because you won't recognize a lot of those names. And if you don't, you'll come to the instant conclusion that they're not good franchises because you don't have brand awareness like you have brand awareness of the largest franchise ever, McDonald's, which is worldwide, right? So you would come, sending you a list would bring you to an incorrect conclusion. How would you answer that for our listeners?
Well, Terry, I'd probably just say what you just said. Reality is spot on. This question has been being asked for as long as I've been in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Send me a list. And over the years, I think...
Hey, let me interrupt. How long have you been in the industry?
I have been in the industry, it is 2020. I've been in the industry for 25 years.
15 for me. So we've been around a while. We've gotten this question a lot.
My mom would say we earned our gray hair. The reality is we've been getting this question since I've been in the industry. And my answer is, it's been very similar, maybe evolved a little bit. In the early days, I think it was a little harder to get a list, quite honestly. Lots of companies, but it was a little harder to get the list. But today, in the age of Googling things, I usually answer this by saying, you already have a list. Most likely you already have a list and you just want to see how your list compares to mine. I'd Google it the same way you did. So
there was a time when we didn't even call it Googling. It was bring up a search engine, right? But now Googling is a term. So it has changed. Finding a list is very quick. If you want a list, you can have 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, inside of 45 seconds. Okay.
Right. But Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it just doesn't mean that having a list is the right place to start. We don't believe that. Having a process and a written strategy for using a list is really where we believe the starting point is, right?
Absolutely. What I would then tell them is that what you really want is a strategy. I mean, if you're just looking just to look, if you're just going to kick around, the lists are fine. But if you're really interested to understand truly what your options are, if that's really what you want, a system is what you want to do. You want to have a system so you make sure that you dot your I's and you cross your T's. You want to select your options based on your criteria, as
Right.
opposed to, I'm looking down a list, I don't really know, but boy, I like that name, or boy, I like this. So um, to really help you, to really help you, which is what we want to do. We want to help you create your own business strategy. What's important to you? We want you to know what you bring to the table. And then for you to be able to look at options at that point and select options to investigate and do your due diligence so that at the end of the day, you make the best decision for you.
Absolutely. I just
That's
had,
how I would answer that question, Terry. Really.
yeah, I just had Jimmy John's. I love Jimmy John's, right? But I wouldn't own a Jimmy John's because it doesn't fit my strategy for business ownership. But it doesn't mean Jimmy John's is a good or a bad franchise. Those labels don't work. What works is, here are the characteristics I want for a business, and does the business fit those characteristics? That's what the franchise process is all about. That's what our process is all about. So if you'd like to understand that process, if you have some questions about that process, leave a comment down below for us, direct message us, and we'll walk you through that. We'll help you understand what that looks like.